Okay, welcome to Dow Stock Talk, where I talk about topics relating to finance and investing, but more specifically, the stock market. In this particular video, I'll be going over how you can invest in small local business. When I'm talking about local business, I'm talking about probably within a 1, 2, 3 mile area in any type of location inside the United States. They have so many great investment opportunities. Okay, and this is going to be a brief interruption. Before I go any further, make sure you smash that like button because it helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps YouTube know that this is quality content and help my videos reach a broader audience. And I'll end up showing you exactly how it end up working. You're entitled to a small portion of their revenue until they end up paying you the total amount that they agreed upon. Now let's go over to see exactly how it works. So normally you have a small business. The goal is either they're looking to expand or they're looking to launch their business. Once again, like I said, you get a revenue sharing note, which means that the business agrees to share a revenue until a certain return is reached rather than owing interest. So the good thing about it is it can help the business grow faster. The more revenue that the business end up getting, the faster you'll end up getting the return to internal rate of returns. They have a diagram, so I can end up showing you exactly how it is. But like I said, I thought this was super cool. You only need $100, or I think you need like $100 minimum. You can pick the small business and everything. And so this is pretty much how the setup works. This is like a scenario in which they give you. So most of the time at the beginning, they'll show you an investment multiple. So investment multiple is like the returns it will end up being. So a 1.5x investment multiple is from, if you invest $100, you will end up getting $150. So you can think about it as a 50% return. But as far as the internal rate of return, it actually depends on how fast they can end up paying you back, which would end up being based off of their revenue. Now, they also have what they call a maturity date, which means that if once that particular date comes, they owe you the amount of your investment and the investment multiple. So I'll just kind of play around with this. As you can see, the faster they end up paying you, you'll get a higher internal rate of return. And as you can see, as we slowly move that down, the internal rate of return will be different. But let's just bring it all the way down to this one. So after the year 5, the maturity date, that's when they would owe you the remaining. If you invested $100 and only paid you $85 from the revenue, that's when they will owe you the remaining $85 to get to that $150. Let's go over so you can see the different locations in which the small business, and like I said, when they have local, they have all different types of locations. As you can see in the Maryland area, you can even zoom out and they have, like I said, a whole lot of locations. I'm just kind of zooming out so you guys can kind of see. You can search for the location. I just wanted to guys let you know that you can invest in local businesses that you can actually drive to if you're in the United States. Now let's go. This is the main page where they have all different types of investment opportunities. You can end up searching by industry. I know a lot of these are entertainment, dining, beverage. So you can do that. You can filter by popular, new investment opportunities once they have the target amount or the ones that's ending soon. You can also go by the filter on whether generating revenue, fixed location, add-in location, pop-up shops. So like I said, they got all different types of small businesses that you can end up looking at. And by the way, I did make an investment, so I'll end up going over which type of investment, and I'll go over the whole process so you know exactly what to see. So the investment that I recently just virtually purchased was O's Hawaii. I think I pronounced that right. So pretty much they're looking to expand their beauty products, or she's looking to expand their beauty product. It's woman-led. As you can see on this side, it shows the investment multiple in the minimum investment. The minimum investment is $100. Since this platform is new to me, I normally start off with a smaller amount, but I do plan on looking at investing in multiple small businesses. But I just wanted to go through the process. As you can see, the multiple is 1.75. It's kind of, you can think about it as a 75% return. Now, you also got to remember the time you can end up getting paid can vary because it depends on the revenue. So as they can say, if you invest $100, they'll end up paying you a small portion of the revenue until you're repaid $175, or the maturity date is reached, which is 7/1/2026. As you can see, the amount invested is $9,200. The target investment is $45,000. If the target investment is not made, then the initial investment will be refunded in full. And as you can see, this is the beauty products in which they offer. You can see like I said, the investment opportunities. I just want to let you know that since you're dealing with small businesses, there is a whole lot of downside as well. I just want you guys to be familiar with that. Like I said, I'll just play this briefly so you can end up seeing different products and stuff like that. And as you can see, for the data, this is pretty much what primarily, in this case, most of the investment will be used for inventory. Of course, a Mainvest compensation, because they end up hosting. Of course, you got to end up paying them. But these are what they forecast. These would be the gross sales. This would be if you consider all the expenses, and this would be the gross profit, as you can end up seeing. These are what they're expected. Again, these are forecasts, so you got to keep that in mind. They also have the documents as far as the investment agreement. So if you were going to invest in this, you definitely want to check that out. It's not that long. They have the balance sheet, income statements. You guys can end up checking that out. It shows where she is, the maximum amount she's willing to sell. Keep is $250,000. The target is $45,000. The legal business name, they show you the legal business name, HIB Management Services, LLC. Investment structure, revenue sharing note. Early investors, because I'm an early investor, I would get 1.75, but the regular investment multiple is 1.5. As far as the revenue shared, it's between 0.8 to 4.4%. The higher, it kind of depends on the amount invested, so you can know exactly how much revenue you were getting paid. The more they end up raising, the more that you would end up, the investors would be getting from the revenue, which kind of makes sense, by the way. And the maturity date, I tried to find, the ones where the maturity date is the earliest. So, worst case scenario, or if once the maturity date, so July 1st, 2026, as long as everything goes to expected, I'll be repaid $175 by this. So that's probably a 5-year period. But if they can pay sooner, that's good. Also, you probably want to keep in mind, like I said, there's a lot of downsides you want to keep in mind as far as the risk factors, competition. They may need more capital, which kind of make the whole structure a little bit more difficult. Like I said, any type of investment, it's not insured by the FDC, so you could lose some or all of your money. Limited services, like I mentioned before, the financial forecast risk, inability to sell your investment. So like I said, it's not like with the stock market, you can buy or sell. Environmental conditions, of course, there's limited information on this particular company, uninsured losses. So there is a lot of downsides that you want to keep in mind. You could definitely want to read that. But as far as, the investment opportunities, when I end up reaching out to them, it seems to me that, it appears to me, I'll let you guys, as you can see the journey, it appears to me that most of them end up paying you back. I can't actually vouch for it in particular, but we will end up seeing customer service. I got a good vibe from it. So like I said, we'll end up seeing, and they give you updates as far as, about it. They actually have a discussion board as well where you can communicate with the investors and all type of stuff. Go to the next part. Now, as you can see, this is the dashboard. Right now, I purchased one business, as you can see, OY, and the amount I invested the amount I invested is $100. The repayment amount didn't start yet. Target return $175. Revenue reports will be due in 44 days. Okay, and as you can end up seeing, they put one on the watch list because I end up clicking on that earlier. And as you can see, when you end up clicking on this, you'll end up seeing this. It gives you overview, and as you can see, your investment May 17th, amount invested $100, investment multiple 1.75. And by the way, if you are a small business and you were looking for capital, you can use this site as well. And also the team, other investors. So I like that community. And the thing about it is, it's small businesses. So these particular businesses, you can actually visit the owners, get a feel for it. So, the more you know about the business, the more you know about the management team, it could be less risky as far as, because you're taking approaches almost like a venture capitalist. Yeah, so they got all that information. And I'm going to go through another one so you can kind of see what do you see after you purchase it. This one, I'm going to go over this one. This is another one. It's the hot dog box. It looks like a food truck or something like that. It looks like a food truck to me. If you want it, when you end up seeing the $100, when you want to go through the process, you end up clicking that, and then they have all the agreements or something like that. You check all of these, and then you end up you can either end up writing this way, or you can end up clicking one of these, and then you would just click invest, and that will be exactly how you end up investing. If you guys want to change your mind, by the way, they do have it where you can end up canceling your investment. And that's pretty much it. Let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? Would you invest in small businesses? If you haven't already, make sure you hit the like button. And if you're new, make sure you subscribe to my channel. Also, if you want me to do a video on any topics relating to finance, investing, and stock market, make sure you drop it in the comments below. Catch you guys later.